Today's topic of discussion is Aaron the Plumber. So there's this guy called Aaron the Plumber. He's gone viral all over social media. So I want to play this 10-second clip of Aaron the Plumber for you guys, for those that don't know.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much.
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby. So that's all good.
Okay, so you guys are back now. So we're going to be discussing some key points in terms of why Aaron the Plumber has been going about it the right way when it comes to trying to find a partner. So first point is standards. Now this guy here, right, when he went on the TV show, he told the hostess that I would like a woman who's not promiscuous and a woman who's got something going for herself, meaning that she's not just trying to sponge off of him and just take what she can out of him. Now, one woman, she straight away popped the balloon. So, for you guys who are thinking, oh, the girl's just not interested or she just doesn't want him, certain times that can be the truth and sometimes it's not true. So with that woman, right, she must have popped the balloon and then she was saying, oh yeah, I don't find him attractive or whatever. Well, the truth of the matter is, certain times in life, when you've got standards, you've got ethics, women can be intimidated by that. Some women in today's time just want a doormat. A guy who ain't got no standards, no class, no integrity. He ain't trying to live up to anything. And she can just have full power over him. That's what it is with quite a lot of women. Women, they don't want to have a set standard, live up to a set standard. So when you guys here have got a set standard for yourselves, certain women are automatically going to be like, oh yeah, not interested. So you guys here just need to know that and just keep pushing forward and keep working on your purpose. Don't lower your standards for any of these girls. If you've been working on yourself and you've been developing yourselves, your standards should be going up year on year. Reason being is because your value's increasing. Certain guys, they ain't got no standards, they ain't got no ethics. And then guess what happens to them? They get treated as mugs. They get violated by women. So it's really important. You guys here always have a set standard for yourselves. So next point is qualified. Now this guy here straight checked that woman and put her in her place. She was like, they were having a back and forth fight, and then women, they'll just say anything to try and get you upset and triggered. So she was like, oh yeah, I'm in heels and you're not tall enough. And then his response was, you're not qualified. When he gave that response there, I straight away just checked her, told her, look, you don't fit the standards anyway. Yeah, you don't fit the requirements, you don't fit the checklist. So let's say you've got a company, right? Google. So you're going through the whole interview process. They're going to have set standards and set requirements. Now, if you don't tick those requirements, you're not qualified. Do you understand? So that's what it is with Aaron. He straight away told her, look, you're not qualified. Reason being is because she's not cooperative, she's not caring, she's not loving. She's got that pride and ego. She doesn't want Aaron to be in a leadership position. And these women here, they see it as, this guy is arrogant. Well, Aaron may have come across as arrogant, so Aaron the Plumber. But the truth is, that arrogance can be mistaken for confidence. It can be mistaken for, this guy here has gone through quite a lot in his life and he's developed his character. So when they see that, they get intimidated by that. So then guess what they do? They try and reject you first. So next point is rejection. So that's what happened with the other women, they all started to pop their balloons one at a time. Started to show rejection and try and blow his confidence, blow his ego. They tried to destroy that. But guess what? Aaron didn't care one bit anyway. He's secure within himself. Do you understand? So when all these women were saying no, and then there was a couple women left, guess what? They didn't pop their balloons. So there was that one woman, she was left. Now, all the other women, they all just had enough of it. So then when he was speaking to that one woman left, he's having a conversation with her, he was able to filter out all the low quality women. And that's what it is with you guys. Anytime you feel as though you can't connect with a woman because you've got a set standards, you've got set requirements, and then she's not interested, or she's rejecting you, or whatever the case is, you're going to come across that set of women, small set of women, like less than 10%, who you are compatible with. So then when you're compatible with them, then you can actually have a serious relationship with them. So final point is quality. So I've just mentioned the fact is that more than 90% of the women are not going to tick your requirements. So then you're left with the 10% or so which are of quality. Now, whether or not that relationship worked out afterwards is besides the point. You guys here would have saved a whole bunch of time, resources, effort, energy. Just tell it from the get-go. Have your set standard, have your requirements there, and then filter these women from the very beginning. But a lot of guys are not going to do this. These guys, they are getting controlled by lustful thoughts. They're getting controlled by temptations and desires. They're not able to think objectively. So if a woman's, for example, dressed promiscuously, she's dressed provocatively, that's not going to be a woman who you're going to even approach. You're not even going to talk to her. Now, so that's what it is with Aaron. Aaron straight away cut out majority of the women, and then he was left with a woman who was actually compatible with him, somewhat compatible, like they both seem to get on together. So don't see it as majority of these women, they don't want me, or I've got all these requirements here and these women don't want to fit the standard. You guys here don't need to worry about that, because you're filtering out the low quality women. So just to wrap up, standards. So Aaron had standards from the get-go. He wasn't taking no BS. He wasn't taking no drama. Straight, clear. I don't want a promiscuous woman. That straight away, all these women who have got like flipping 10, 20 bodies under their name, they straight X'd it out. They're like, nah, I don't fit that. I ain't going to be good enough for him. Let me just reject him. Now, that's what these women do. They want to save their ego. They can't stand the fact is that a guy has got set requirements and set standards. He's not trying to break them for that person. And the next point after that was qualified. This woman here was going back and forth with him, giving him a bit of attitude. And then he was just telling her, look, you're not qualified, baby. So it's all good. Do you understand? Telling her straight to her face. And then she was obviously her ego was all bruised and that. But he moved on to the next woman. And that's what it is with you guys. Anytime you see a woman, you're not getting on with her, guess what? Move on to another woman. That's what it goes back to, having the abundance mindset, where you'll get another woman who eventually ticks your requirements. And then the next point after that was rejection. So all those women, they started to pop their balloons, started to reject him, trying to break his character and break his ego, because he's supposedly on his high horse. You know, that's what these dirty, low quality women are about. They can't stand the fact is that there's certain guys who are men of value, even though they want them, that guy there don't want these low quality women. Reason being is because these low quality women don't tick his requirements. So then what will they do? They'll just quickly reject. Oh yeah, reject him. And then the final point was quality. So that's what it is. You're left with the quality set of women that you can choose from, rather than just wasting all your time with all those low quality women. So how you see how Aaron was quickly able to just cut out 90% of the BS, the drama, the headache. You know, imagine if you had to sit down with each and every single one of them and filter them and take them on all these flipping dates that these guys go on and all this BS. Take them to nice restaurants. How much time is wasted? How much money is wasted? But you can literally just get the good set of quality women when you've got a checklist there and then for her. So you guys here who are watching, have a set checklist for yourself. Send that to the woman. Woman either ticks majority of it, or if she doesn't tick majority of it, move on. The ones who tick majority of the requirements, like 70-80%, you can speak to those girls for marriage purposes, because you guys are somewhat compatible. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.